Mreya yeba abedi eho enkomo na menemo ena ekabom na yedi dwumadie no amano ayefe na ensem no as usual yebekọ na yahwe the state of the nation's address said the omampani epeja edeba enano yawoda na oka ho ensem enanyame yadoma menya abejafo enso ewo hanom na afe yedi dwuma no amano ayefe ombetcho madwen enso ewo ensem no ho na afe yahwe sede eho ensem ete nyame adoma Kwame Owusu Patrick, Director of Research, Student Affairs and Elections, Ashanti Region NDC, ono eba fimu ha. Sanso na Isa Abdusalam, CPP, Ashanti Regional Secretary, ono so ebeba. Victor Saipoku, a member of the NPP Communications Team, obeba Anafamia Minuya Prince Obriyeboa, a banking consultant and policy analyst, ono so ebeba. Na afi yedi dwumadie ya friend said democracy kabi ma men kabi aye dwumadie no eba wafem ene wonchen memenda nwumre bia no so kopense nonkron ebebonom ena yedi eho ensem ebroba before wamo ebeba no yebesan a remind ho na afi yakaka ho ede afoma mpeni ensem a ode tudwa enano yawoda efa the state of the nation as it is but answer ne bebo tips no ede abanom. There are a lot of issues, a lot of questions people are raising as to what the president said. No, say really, if it represented the real state of Ghana as at the time, or the address, to Jwa. And I pay you to say the home komokakra, and so I will a amansan NT so and you may yet one komatuano so na for ye the home and some at the abroad. A political coloration, and I say that is the true state of Ghana. And ya amampeni for ya omomre ewoso no omo edeba eba ne se a obehu se the other half of the political divide yeah ene akoye the new patriotic party no matese nyame adoma Tuesday womo so omo the true state of the nation at the ebebre Ghanaians. Which one should we take? It is our responsibility, say journalists, say we bring you the facts and figures on the ground na fe yedi ehu edwuma enso ewo ha na ene nyame adoma yebehwe some key points that the president raised on the state of the nation address na fe yaka eho ensem enso ewo ho ene enwumre enso ewo dwumadie so na ohwa odikan eka se obeko ketahye ene proye head on na wodi eho adwuma enti before ebeso any in krana or the operation recover all loot a committee ababontin say womo emerihwe na omo gather all the necessary information relating to corruption na afi onfa enko corruption anano okasa obomu edin esan at the National Service Secretariat womo ktashle proya akoso honum in terms of ghost names and samandin akopie won kratema nipa ni honso nipa bi ewo National Service Secretariat ya omo ejina sa nipa krona woni honi din so na omo ji omusika no o see to the tune about 50 million Ghana cedis every month and ehre echo these ghost names ehun ensemsem or the ehun ensemsem na ban no modern na omakokita hye ene proye enso ase enye no nko wosan epa eka se obetete the expenditure aban enso eye no ehu eso na afi what so kra enti we reduce the ministers to 60 ministers. Sabri America said about 56 of them have been a friend say wabomodin ebi hon ma vetu omo ne nkro ba eno ehu ensem ewo ha. But the actual question is that people are also asking say once what ministers so presidential staffers yeah and they audio gu won akache enyasem kuma omo ekekabo mu na ekekabo na enyasem kuma say presidential staffers and they yati say nya deputy ministers for regions no nemum your presidential staffers who are in charge of the regions in a way we share one more remuneration and one more akadia or is similar to that of a deputy minister. Is the president telling us the true picture or two futuro eguyeni and then abeya fortnasia ebenya daje na yedi enkomo enso ede afahom afi ohwe economic reforms and ho ensensem taxes ahodoa aba abegu yen abegu Ghana for so or say obet extended the tax net to me cover a lot of businesses say be any pack a crabby and as a business ka crabby and omo ebetua taxes obet extended na afi cover a lot of them na afi obesan ahwe so obe reform the tax waivers on investment so bit me a prevent unnecessary revenue losses and also hanti ye grown friends a homegrown economic solution ye be reduce our dependency on the IMF and afi foreign aid and no ensem wa minister na dan kwaku fuada or eba or the Ghana beyond 8 and won sensem ebai similar thing and his excellency John Dramani Mahama and so the ababegu edwam or see obebustu agriculture na afi ye die and nay odwani echim Burkina Faso and ne ntwa so na semfa se Burkina Faso o mampania owo honum ahye se ene grains ene peace ene de ekeka ho no nya de ombe export bi de aba wodi kan akan sama hodo bebre de afa on mine and kan crosses this is the same path and ene omampani and se ene yebedua de ewo se yedie nkwa eno eho ensensem na afi eho ensafe wodi atudwa se ene ne vision anasem fan said State of the Nations address of mine, you know, is a vision, a state, and as a share the vision for Ghana. Yeah, and they, okay, say crisis a hold a home, about fixes said you're fixing a year doom so, and then cromad bano, and no, and who ensem, and so, ha. Now, you ever saying ako, na yashe, and they, amwa, omo researchers, nafi, omo dosodons, nyemuna, omo analyzing issues, and so, the ensem ahodo ababetuja. Some facts checking about His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the State of the Nations addresser, and nano obemayano or more at the ensem ahodo aba abetuja. Mebobo biso yewiana afia kwakuti omampeni ensema wode eba abetuja. Institute of Economic Research and Public Policy, omo policy think tank. Yeah, nei omo say social reforms, sound economic management, responsible governance. Betimi ahwe edi eho enkomo womu akodoso omampanin State of the Nations addresser or the ebae no na omo ponchi host ewo nsenu bia or the tudwa the kind the sustainability of energy ya enei enra anase nano ya woda omampanin edi tudwa say exactly 10 years ago and original the floor of parliament eka say dumso fixi na 2016 before all leave office on the 7th of January 2017 na dumso watimi affixi. Now these are the findings me fan say IERPP wamo ede aba de me Institute of Economic Research and Public Policy wamo ede aba and say omampeni eka say watimi asolve dumso in 2016 all stated on the floor. Say by January 17th, no wait, there was no power rationing or load. No, say and you know crap. Now, the entire Mujina so almost cited an article published by City FM online on April 19, 2016. A whole enormous president Kasaka said, "One more end to me, anya enough gas. I'm betting me feed the power plant." I say, "Assign HM said." A bit to me, and I say if you take the Eastern Generation area, which is Tema, we have almost 600 megawatts of gas-based generation, but are not getting gas through the West African gas pipeline to be able to run them. Additionally, in Ghana Web article published on July 15, 2016, President is on record say all Kase Dumsono was not yet over, while our Dresse party supporters and so and traders ewo abuabu market or Tamil Northern region. Ti also consider sanimo ya. Echese nsama omampani ekano enano ya wada se ultimate fixi dumsono and yet no crap. And so ewo hanma. Yebe wons afei or kansem efa aye the CD depreciation and so eho na and also epiem ewo ha. Now obviously in paragraph 14 of the State of the Nations address eho and omampani Eddie Etuja said the city no Ghanaian city no reportedly are depreciating with a tune of about 19% in value against the US dollars in 2024. following a 27.8% depreciation in 2023. Now, IERPP, SA, MPP government, omo ntimi anye dodo nanso omo ede tudwa say enei omo hwe the depreciation of the cedi cumulatively and I say average and I say cumulatively. That's why I say na ebreno ene omo hwe NDCD from 2009 to 2016 cumulatively the cedi depreciated by 73.8% as against the MPP's 2017 to 2023 71.4%. Na and also SMT and also observe mampeni and sign review na onka ho ensem eye and also ewo hanom we finance omo ede abafe omo eba say the banking cleanup no so and also on sensem mampeni to twasha about 29 billion Ghana cedis ena ekoko remu na omo say omo hwe de mampeni kan wom say it make clean up nemum there was no resuscitation of the banks after just a year omotimi recover enema ekoso a na akoye perennial na afibia ase aban diska kwhye banks na no etimi efri ho enti omo eche ne say return on equity after tax surge from a negative 34.4% in December 2022 to a positive 34.2% in December 2023. It demonstrated a strong turnaround in the financial performance. Similarly, return on assets improved significantly, rising from negative 3.8% to 5.4% over the same period. It is almost say, Omampeni and some now kind no sebi. Efrisuase enso enfutru enso ehun ensem na wafei claims on reserve na omo ede ehun ensem enso etudwa se omampani eka se aban wotwamu ekoi amfa shada mpiska ska wo hono about 64 billion per enana eda eye fund emu ane entimi amwa na omo set record ni estrata omo eka ede so Ghana's gross international reserves stand at 8.9 billion US dollars, translated to 4 months of import cover. Figure no is among the highest reserve levels recorded under the Fourth Republic. We emma a robust buffer against external economic shocks. For a historical content, when His Excellency the President handed over power on January 7, 2027, the gross international reserve stood at 5.78 billion. That's from 2013 to 2016, and now there's 3.4 months of import cover. Further, almost the president has sessions, especially referring to the sinking fund, IERPP session HSA, as of January 2025. Now, the previous MPP administration has led an auction excess of 700 million Ghana cedis, which remains unspent. Additionally, an extra 3 billion Ghana cedis in end-of-year revenue was available at the financial cushion, supplemented by other unutilized funds across various accounts. Given these facts, Ena Omo Edi Etuja say, Insani bi omampeni Edi Etuja no na chese entweye enye nokre. Abejifo betena se, yebedomo suko na afe yahwe eho ensem enso na yakam enso ewo dwumedie so. Now let's get to the presidents na afe yentie ensema wodi etudwa. Some of them yentimi emmuni nyina yeni kan entie His Excellency on the economy. Dientia oka se economy no atete apansam. Yenko tiyo mampeni His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
From a people who are tired of years of economic hardship and poor governance. That call therefore places an obligation on us and all who serve, including legislators from both sides of the House, to do our utmost with decency and humility to change the circumstances and the state of our country. Mr. Speaker, as I stated earlier, Article 67 of the 1992 Constitution requires that I give an account of the state of our nation to Parliament. I'm sad to report that the state of our nation is not good. Our economy is in crisis and our people are suffering unprecedented hardships. Mr. Speaker, we will host a national economic dialogue on March 3rd and 4th On March 11th, the Minister of Finance, on my behalf, will present the budget estimates for the financial year 2025 to this August House. These two events will allow us to present the real state of Ghana's economic crisis to the people. Mr. Speaker, it is not my style to lament and shift blame when confronted with challenges. Mr. Speaker, it's not my style to lament and shift blame when confronted with challenges. My approach is to accept challenges and work hard to resolve them. Indeed, this is precisely what the people of Ghana elected me to do. I have therefore not come here to lament on the state of our country, though there's much to lament about. I understand why I was elected.
John Dramani Mahama on the economic crisis, painting a very gloomy picture about Ghana. Mama Dikan Eddie Atuga say Institute of Mame Fomdino and 2 year view na fe yen konenti other enyema omampeni Eddie Atuga Institute of Economic Research and Public Policy omo Eddie and some abridges and some now omampeni ekano and yenokre say when yeska honoma kanei the first 3 months ya omampeni ebaya which kai tutua otua bonds omom di omoka otua ejomafoka when yeska de running no sa ne mani nyinanka intimate omampeni ensan emrebio mayan kora fe yenhwe omampeni ensama oka efa de cocoa board eho enei okache se cocoa board no say edeka ama cocoa board ono so yare cocoa board na enso yare say edeka bebre yanko ne nko tie nsama omampeni ekan
Ghana cocoa board. The hope of cocoa farmers is also highly indebted. Its balance sheet indicates a total debt of 32.5 billion Ghana cedis, of which 9.7 billion is due to be paid at the end of September 2025. In 2023-2024 crop season, Cocoa Board was unable to supply 333,767 metric tons of cocoa, which it had sold at $2,600 per ton. As a result, the then management of Cocoa Board rolled over these contracts into the 2024-2025 season. Honorable members, Mr. Speaker, this implies that for every ton of cocoa delivered this year, in fulfillment of the rollover contracts, Cocoa Board and Ghanaian farmers are going to lose $4,000 in revenue. Mr. Speaker, as I address this honorable House, Cocoa Board has supplied 210,000 tons out of the rolled over contract, resulting in a revenue loss of $840 million for both Cocoa Board and the Ghanaian farmer. Mr. Speaker, Cocoa Board and the Ghanaian farmer will lose another $495 million by the time the board finishes supplying the remaining rolled over contracts. Additionally, cocoa road commitments alone total 21.7 billion cedis, of which only 4.4 billion is included in the total debt of 32.5 billion. This debt has arisen mainly because of the decision in 2019 and 2020 to award road contracts worth over $1 billion.
All right, Eti Eno Ayomampene, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama on Cocoa Board, who and Sensem Enono. Mianko na yene Honorable Yao Frimpong Ado MP for Manso Edubia. Yenko din komo onweba aye agrika na ononso edi ejuma enso honum na yenko na fe yenko hwe eho ensensem elha. Honorable, good evening.
Me pacho me josu na what to say.
Nyame adome ho ye pa na wonso e.
Mpa e boni ahweyenti. Adom de ahodi adom ye.
De nyame ase. Menim se Manso Edubia so obia ho ye.
Me ko ho akakra de na so. Etem bia me no mudi nkita wonti me ni pa se ehoboko.
Right, and you made your friend na nsem me atwetwe aso kakra enti na o se ye ba mo a mubu amemu encheye na mu free so na ene NDC aban ababeto aso enra anase ne nansa mampani eche the state of the nation no what the ebetu dwa se cocoa board issues our home because ene mo aye contract bi am rolling over ya ene eho car first 1 ton of cocoa bia edebe Ghana for about $4,000 ama a car ba cocoa roots and home concern ba ni nyina no mantimi anhwe enni ho adwuma na sebi mo na motia bem nti eba na nsebisa wi ho a na o se eba makachi na mo kire mu ye na Ghana for nso etiase enti na ya to ho a ya bai wadaroma ukire mu sen
yo peni da se bidi kai me fa nchia kese ma ni wajuba ya fo nira na fe menchia me buta fo wa ma so yiti we be nyina party fo nyina be chairman ko ene executive ya obia but you adano ya wada amra emam peni ba parliament na be man speak of the nation address edema ba ku bi eda dia ema me reho pa dintia me reho en defense. Because I remember the Ubia ni wa o se ebu o man na wa transfer football democracy no time time no so a ye to aba na se ye do aba fine utam so so kwa na woko and governance so I remember no continuous process and yes we do had man na e jai and he say ye man peni a wa betena akonya ne so da na onim se de amemmo sitie na oba parliament na emra na wo ho no ade a esiye na otumi kata nani almost so kra se eka na o ka ho asem no enye enne ena saka no ho ne ka no efititi wantimi almost no eno ye areho bakwa eka am
enti ona wo twese eka na anano ya wodo boss no eye ka wo ho dadada mo beto ye
yes na say na aka den na within 2017 and 2024 saka ne be wo yo bibi e friend legacy debt
okay
legacy debt say ho the thing na say you see cocoa Ghana ye cocoa no unique because it's West Africa wo share ya hanuma Ivory Coast ene ye na ye dua cocoa kase pa enunti ya ka bomu afome cocoa alliance bia ye di cocoa ho nkomo na eno ba nana ado tabi ene satisfied so de be ya ye betimi control price kakra ewo jomas na no kra no enye easy if you say ye cocoa no ye ntime nye ye de ya se ekoto it is a demand ewo amanone be bia omuhia ye cocoa no ekofom pe na cocoa asofa eti ababia suba office cocoa no cash cow na ese obi anya ni sika ababia be rosa o se cocoa rose na obe pe ni sika edu maybe crana contractors who pita krata keke krase cocoa board de ba wa uma ba ko pe busia na de ayama because you say they are betia but ebo no started paying from 2013 when you timinya high price of cocoa price. If you buy a former neighbor, in fact, a bonus started last year. Yes, say, Bolivino. And now, from maybe the boy, what did you buy? Any West Africa. It's a African production perform and affected Ghana. So Ghana, a target here, a bit to produce was over 800,000 metric tons. It's been 400,000 metric tons. So, it is a Banisha, African person, Omulusu over 1 million metric tons.
I see.
It's not whether not a buy in it. A Banisha, now cocoa shorty. So, then a body demand and supply. A demand they are high, now a cocoa production also at dropping. And a boy started saying in shoot. It's here, the price they call 3,100 per bag. That time, no call and call Subiasa. If you are Bano, a bonus shoot is a catcher almost said. Program money I have to hold, no cocoa board. Now, your my home, I feel back to me because that price near over. because of the weather condition, you say at least 1 or 2 years there, you bring a high price for cocoa. And yeah, projections, the can be a Arabia. Into who family to move and Ghana for the second. I can't a bit fee. Say, now, so you didn't be back out. They didn't back out. They go past us, and say, a born and soul outside them. That one no ever form. And I used to Ghana, no, was a Ghana pet, and only the first cocoa marketing board. Sembi, omupa anything years 40 cuckoo. So, why in Nigeria, I'm not, and I'm from 20 years 40 cuckoo.
Yeah.
Because the Embrano share, kitty said, Sir, buy a thing almost to par. And so the break cocoa board. Now, cocoa board, a directory now, the friend of cocoa marketing. Omun and about cotton. It is getting about cocoa board. Because of that, it's a one of a and affected cocoa board. Sika se mu ana ekwafo no so afibia wutu na se ebo no koso da ma so wonti meka kire kwani ni se o ti ebo no so na kra ebi si da
okay
ka koko fu aluta bi ombeye no so mo anya luta kra obeto na sa mo bi de dua ba na se rubber what that was no atoma galanty for so it na e balance ade no na aban etimi paka said the better in the cocoa industry. Namyadum, Yababu said Dibia, a one a cost as we speak right now, about $12,000 per metric ton. And by this time, no, there is a who said, as a Muji who said, the cocoa industry, the say, Yama make a story, yeah. As I said, Omutimi ton, cocoa, Emma cocoa, you know, Enya, a bono. I remember the near Jino to marry the minimum cocoa for Nibi. Say, yet minya 7,000 CDs a bagger. So sorry, a tonner. Many veggie power because tono say $12,000. Or the emphasis say average, or the emphasis say $8,000 to cry. Now say you multiply by the exchange rate today. Now you divide it by 16 because 1 ton of beer is 16 bahts. And I said, because they say, no, that you cocoa, no, you turn on spot. Spot, you can't see a turn on spot, I say, and you pay kind. But that I now say they got your cocoa, you turn the futures market. Oh, remember I said, I feel cocoa, you bet here, no. A projection that it's your tone amount for a cry, a jacket. So, I don't want to miss a sharp price, no. Say a call for more, you can change it.
Okay.
But they say, yeah, production, I call from work, but they get cocoa, so there will be a penetration. Nanka, and yet they didn't want to say, Burkina Faso, compose Moggy cocoa, here. And for no mototono, and your borders in the society, Togo, in the Burkina, and I compose Moggy cocoa, cocoa. A bonnet was true to say. I know they say okay because me crusade I maybe fat to me also if you know me opposition of parliament crusade I maybe fat to me also and say cocoa bono they say a ton of spot markets because me name see a ton of spot and a bono say the make platform the 70% now media and cocoa kind I don't need bet you marketing no matter 70%
okay
now cocoa platform in the home so and you can't maybe me deny say can you.
But cumulative governance and I'm what they can about it.
And I said, I bet yeah, me say a quite year crowd. Me say a crowd no asylum down. When I'm East Level, near the Cocoa Road to Pika, not yet the year asphalt. Oh, now the man said, you know, Mufutu. Also,
yeah.
So, I bet yeah, about it, yeah. I didn't see it. Yes, yeah, Emma make on to us.
But say I'm the blame nina to my banso because omona ba na say muhunu say o say nkomo che much the blame beba de nyina ye nche na ka se nyina na ka hona ma that problem na ba.
Obere na say wo kra ka wonka.
But if you are giving the true state of the nation, that's what you are supposed to do. And I'm a boy.
Surprising me o ma me rough way. Sad that because I know say no nim. What transfer that? And now, or say, over Ghana. It took us over Ghana. The next answer, man, who could give about what we mukaka. Then the coupon swab wow. Who am I to copy do? Obi beto COVID. Wuti watete o man no. Wo beto COVID bia. Wuta konto penya ko bufuwa. So one say ya de beba no any COVID o.
I see.
And tackle. So, if you think or kind of quarry because only 4 years. If you think for me, it didn't quarry Ghana for not Ghana for this to eternity. There's something President Mahama, any NBC, they are forgetting. Say Ghana registered voters no about 18 million. They must 6 million and a 2 Obama no. 12 million no what I say. O man mu ye secretary they be out to make us get out. 12 million. It's your Kasa, you share, Nana, Yazao, exactly a Kakrabi, and that Kakrabi. That cannot the door soon into your Kasa. I want me on one who generally said, so let's hear Kayan. They all be a better. He said, so what you put that? Now, person who carry the whole country behind you. Oh, my mayor. Because Bubu Bono will be that. Sama, Professor Mills, a few and no satisfied Bubu, and a banner, Risha Wankasa, Risha Wankasa, so a fear 9. A moon fear me, new paper, and now say, and I'm not a pay. And now they call IMF. And no one be BSC will be as you. And she, opening, the same in I can't.
But
then na matter chiri mu say ebo no ejama so bo na mu say Ghana so kwana ye makoko etuafo no incentives oh ye gom koko so oh ye twa koko ogu ni ye say duane foforo do na ye pruning free pruning ema koko etuafo ni nyina it comes at a cost,
right?
But you say we nyina awie na say ye ma ebo bi na wo tama ne ye campaign no. I didn't know when him say a cow horn more, and I know because I see a Marco Coca for a price. It didn't answer. Now, the only thing I say a one of through more. And she me as a cocoa farmer, may expect to say, Obama may a bois a cost through about 2 times what I'm getting right now because I have wanted you.
All right. Obani bedasene anopeni brawonya enyumre ni brawonya mai. Thank you very much. We Honorable Yao Frimpong Ado, Deputy Minister in terms of former Deputy Minister of Agric and RTC and AD and Komono. Minia Prince Obriya Ewa. Obriya. Good evening. Naboko de.
What the other room?
Yamiasi pa na yabeba ene story yabe share the State of the Nations address of Ampeni ebe mine ya say does it really reflect what he said, and actually did he give us the states am for say a campaign or something a manifesto or something ready yabe say does it give us the true state of the nation, and as a saying and something people were expecting more. Say at least the atrocities that are going on. Nanka ose okaho ensem ewaha yanti eno ehu ensem ene corruption ho sensem nipa and as a high profile cases a free a year court ma ne attorney general say on the pabo akese etiaso ni nyina ka amafo expect say ho onsem beba ni nyina yanti ho onsem prosecution ebeko ama the SWL MPP administration na ye kan ho onsem. People are talking about omo di omo dreamer sebi yak sentence bi cross and ke form oba still and no one can onsem. The politics that we practice in Ghana, that is what it is. My mention sem free hona yenhwe. Wo de ebes kasam ho a yenhwe the economic situation of Ghana and as the president presented it no yenka honsem.
Bra kuma menche obiem na mema wo.
E dey na Kwabena. What's the son?
Anyway. Kwabena menche obiem. Na menchia yetiefo ne ahwefo. Sensem bi say ba. Ya na I wish seka me wo mere bebri nanka ya me no one on one.
Nanka
ya jama listeners.
Nanka maka wasem.
Politicians ne betenam a almost say conversation no.
Oh my ye the true picture.
The entire make us asem we. Ma 2017 Nanado State of the Nation's address or my if we say producer frame my kind 3 times.
Okay.
If you want some better hatchapa, me telling you I'm
Over.
still reading over some of the issue.
Okay.
So that we can just post Sanyamana ACC 2017 no near the quarter to Enedi home. Initial remarks and say me bra penny honorable oni ni di nkomo onsusu enkosoro omrafom na so okokai 2017 the State of the Nation's address President Nana Akufo-Addo edema oman Ghana na edano eye 21st February 2017
Okay.
the era Mahama ebeye no enano yawade twemu no eye no apepe
The same thing.
enti ye betra se near try say ye can nsem ni say most often ama politicians wo mum pay asem but you invite us to represent some kind of an independent view.
Yes.
So that we will take the pain near kosua de etwamu dada no e de na si ye de na okan near de atoto ho. So me sha see probably let me start on this lighter note. Nanado in the year 2017 or condemn the acts here na MPP activist amount for any man and he made that statement therefore and some American a open idea obi abetimi follow discussion am here or make that remarks in one of the introductory paragraphs na Mr. Speaker, permit me to condemn in no uncertain terms and near maybe me party ma na nyina so a me giri se bi o mu gina so de ye ne se ebi mu practice politics of equalization because of the AC 2009 when Professor Murs take over and near maybe NDC for so indeed the then President Nanado condemned that act enti nei omo person so yewura Mahama mu no going through the speech, you know, that portion was some kind of mute. But on said the AC, AC 209, ABC 2016,
okay,
and ABC 2024-2025.
Okay,
we are not Bibianya then answer sign. Na semre woma, I would have taken each of the messages one by one. We say team will be a researcher, Esa say on the electricity asema Mahama kan and almost say
or say Mahama and a platform back or say omo enya gas and omodi a supply and or sign Asia a party supporters ewa boabo tamale no sandi to menim say dumso no enya dia omotimi asolve but enra or be two just say okaso be fix it and no fix it.
Yes. So okay na the State of the Nation's address me person me kind of verbatim but he says that Mr. Speaker, we have inherited a very difficult energy sector. Fortunately yeti ayene say a free November ban that was how the then president put it. Energy sector na yedum so nyina yeden eto atwa na say aba form considerably.
Okay.
When you push Mahama, Obeka Cho say, doom so also on July 2016. But the admission of the then president Nanado confirmed that as at the time na Mahama then free so there was some kind of stability.
Okay.
But Mamenka say, I'm a man of record. In February 2017, there was doom so again. In my Facebook post. And I'm a true baby now no ne be de kire me say at that time enema say na na ede and na ekoso brakwaku brakwabra system no ho politicians should be very fair say who go through how the president Nanado categorized Ghana's economy in 2017 the first of the State of the Nation's address now kofa de Yewura Mahama ayena the same thing.
Difference in
him. In one of the sentences, he made a statement that, Mr. Speaker, Ghana's total debt has ballooned from 9.5 million billion, as I said, NDC took power in the year 2009 to 122. So in the same vein, Oka Ekana now Nira on inherited on also Anka who said
previous
government no nebi ka ho Oka energy sector eka. So where I want to arrive at is that say omo peso omo ye niema we a, they should go back and check, because going through sa niema we Nanadu speech 2017 and Yera Muhammad speech in 2025 they almost the same, the tone of language, you know, Anna Eyeden Esisa, but the intent and Yeme woman no the same thing. Each of them lamented. Nanado said, I was voted to solve the problems, so I am not here to lament. Mahama also just a tip from Fanchame for the sake of messaging it. I have full respect for them. They are my godfathers. Yera Mahama so Ebeka said, Onoso is not here to only complain, but to the
same language, same
issue. And bra, me no America. We are a nation of experts when it comes to speech writing. You're very good. You're in trouble for enkokai emetefo hu say Ghana for your boy homoden pan. Minyan hu wiase obi oyeden wo chen enti so akofa your speech a ye man panyimfo ne ye panyimfo ekai wo ma we ma. When you are following the sequence of presentation, they make a lot of sense. They give so much hope. But
the implementation
ekoduru ho a na ye brofo ne kasa ya twama na de but the real benefit de be bretimamufo no very very minimal. Enti Oma has a complaining nyina they should take the pain, go and read 2017. Then they can come and compare and contrast all these one far and can will be very minimal. Right. For me, the only aspect I've clearly seen, say Nanado commented, Mahama, a comment here has to do with that simile and Niama Kakra a course so after the election where you
at the corner some more rehash
same thing
statements no me no
rehash na omo de brain tea and Tony down na ye nyina no yem pe kwan foforo a ye be fa so e de o man no afa so na the politics of equalization me ba meka de enye bia de agudu okoye nanim ase so that I win public sympathy. It has always been there. But the truth of the matter is that the truth will always expose you. Enti na duru baby a de bufo shewba na Ghana fo atoaba ete se de ya toaba 2016 na ye toaba 2024 no. Enti na unyo opportunity a be careful about or on the way you communicate. Enene de you are enjoying some kind of a public goodwill. Enti de obeka bia no ye betena se ni abo yetirunku by miracle nanim no we Ghana for be share decode onsem na wo kan no then omo say no onsem na wo kan ne ye gi wudi bebre enye den enye yi nti omo wo mani abre about the state of the nation eye no kra na enye no kra nyina no it has followed that pattern since the first republic. For me, I don't see anything exception from what I've
all right me ba no ya hwe the specific mama me ko na me ma Patrick Kwame Akwaba. Ono a director of Students Affairs and Elections Ashanti Region.
Ibima sha say ye Kessben o.
Hey, Kwame, this is the second time I met you.
Oh, you know.
Miss you.
Na Kwame, what they say Ghana Chris Crown.
Say you ba na bo. O say afi ni enya Ghana. Afi ni enya Ghana. And the first na dey na
There's a new Ghana that all of us must rally together and change the narrative. Sir, abanya abai. Aya abanya. Ya adwin say de ye niama e na ano na amwa Ghana no. Ye betesa niama mu. Ye de Ghana for ye ne mu nyina ye nyina na ya boa na oman na ka ye lusu enida so ye free mu no. Ya sa amana bam. Enti so won say ye boy. Say obia pebi. It is a sign that there's a new Ghana coming, there's a new hope. And it does more no money and it does what no girl be none any break per visa call I offend some Middle East one. Now no was say one cry when you cry could be. If you say who name may be a chess, but Nagana, America clear away and you bring your Jumai. And I can you see baby and your cry so on 13 year the cry and this one say him. And I come to the air upon bill to a boy, but I come to our quack, yet a slave I'm obedient. Count on crew my auntie, you probably bring who now papa air bannings engineer. And these are some of the signs of the Nema. Yeah. Now, Yabaki this is just an introductory
introduction. I do many people back open. No one introduction. No. I didn't miss what Mawa Kwaba. So maybe I'll do introduction for you.
Go to my bro on the next Saturday. A young one.
Anyway,
I'm a crowd. And I'm cooking straight from
and then
and my bro. And I'll be right offensive.
Also, my Ghana. Also, my Ghana.
And the Kessben, you know, because the Kessben,
I say, you're Ghana.
So I do it and come to woman. Anyway,
my mentor initial comment, bear 5 minutes on the State of the Nation's address. Nafi, Yabeba specifics, no, so. Mamintu.
Okay. Cody, Mamincha, senior, Ubria Bois. Now, you've been here in the expertise. I'm talking about the government.
Oh, okay. Because we tap into the expertise
of experience. On the purpose of the buy and say big Ghana ye. And Ghana Nibia or what experience or every sector no. Irrespective of the political differentiation, say you soon in a be you soon in a Ghana ye. And so Obi said, Mr. Obria Boise, he has displayed a lot of intelligence, especially finance, economics, and other things. Until do time I hear no more. Now, yeah, the Jatwa business, we are a shadow manager.
We might be seeing this.
As when we you see, we need to save this country, and as I say, a Joe mine, no matter what, as I say, a Joe mine, and it just me a woman say, Bibia, say, your boy, and home, dear, a bit massive mine. And Niama ACC nyinaa no e say aban ya why na adwen say obeboa na oman na emu aye den no emu aye mre na afi oman mufo ho ahe ha kakra eno ne ade esi president mama na ni so president mama obedi mfie nan na okọ eno nti obeje ni din ato ho se bia adaachi bi ebo ni din ameka se mfie nan ye obetena so yi na oye na ema mienu miasa eye ohwe ni State of the Nation address obeye na eye ade a nkranche wo ade a we Ghana ni na otechi na wo hwa utumi say na papa wo yenim ebi ni say okasafa the Women's Bank once me I have been an ambassador for the Women's Bank throughout. In fact, you move in a tactical Women's Bank once and your communication team will find serious. So the Women's Bank there minim ni impact and then say the base boa eti me say was our boss who be say measures are already on the way. Say almost Shana Women's Bank, no, Aba, and yeah, expected finance minister say 11th March, Oba, Obitima to seed Sika, the best at the Women's Bank. Aye, Juma Aba, Omama school, Omako banking and finance, my first degree, me banking and finance, Omama accountancy, even marketers, Omama HR, now they are doing now. There's a bank coming now. Yeah, NDC for the Ekasi Subium say. Yen se bas ye fa nipa e bium Ghana ni bia fa bi nso Ghana ni bia o was asking especially women because ya ka say initially na nke say e man ko an e be adwuma but Ghana mrani ade is trying to restrict us, so now we are saying that majority of the staff will be women, which means that say nipa e be adwuma ho no mo ya 100 a bonya mo be say 80 90 am I say untimi me adwuma na nka say oh yeah gender discriminative, so people are raising those concerns. So then we have to balance by intimi we will be totally biased because I am a bank nti mo amako school amawie mo amaye finance ni ade no the Women's Bank is coming president mama e de hu nkomo me ne woka say obi a otiga na ha bia nim say gold board ready aka 20 bro na aba you ras amejamfi any finance minister the committee for gold board omawie and I know almost stakeholder engagement and person chen say almost at community na no mo eastern region ekosia small scale miners ni omo a omudi gold hu dwa ene omudi nkomo gold board na eba no the eba abaye ne mo ombenya film into omo region by region, especially the mining areas normal interact normal jo omo so adwen nche na omo de beba na omo de ahyema bi gold board no ebi gold board na enche bia area samejemfi ene ndc de ba no eba eno so ede adwuma bebree ene eba medical kasa omo ko school a omo ko sua omo ko takwa mines ekosua former good dia hu tuo ni ade de mo de sisi a mo te ho no ma o CV no da bia osora na pa no apagya akosoro no obompa ya guzo because oba benya adwuma eye permanent job eye adwuma ye fa wa just wa decide say onye biem a permanent job nti gold board no so eba ebe ma Ghana former bu no bebre anya adwuma ye president Mahama ekasafa 11 ho say you can see eba you betwa 11 ye expect say finance minister on the 11th the budget na oba no oba be 11 every honum e yan digisam e de Ghana for o cassava the quality of aduane a ye mofra omo senior high school omu dia akosoro ye bayi abaya take decisions bi ye dika kan say ade MPP for aya omo a centralize aduane ni nyina achecha mo party for akese a omo supply no ye mpene sa ye ka say ye ba aban mu a ye de sa sika no ebema schools no na headmasters ne bezes na ankasa kodwuma kodidwa na aboa ma quality of food akosoro ye bayi start say ye ma omo sika ni bi ama omo de atrai enne o pass oba o senior high school a oba ko secondary school afrani busa no aduane a omo di wo they have been massive improvement across Ghana and Krana ankasa kra testify is on social media everywhere so de oba ko SHS a frani busa no say fi say NDC better so aduane a mudi wo school what is saying there has been improvement. We even expect say a be improve na aye better. Into account wasem say ade na aye no a show positive signs. And into finance minister ba and so obedi hu nkomo. Ama ye hu how a ye this can be call school hono na headmasters no afidi omo. Owie no sa de be see so biom say ye ba bam. Ya ka se ye ba ye ntwa free education. Ye ba ye ntwam. Ani gisem kura na mete ha meka say ye manaduane omu di kura mpo no aye papa wa wo hwe me beto afa oba afa na busa no enuane no quality na kosoro ono mu dey na papa wo school mu and so still go for be that so na mkrom say NDC betwa free education in the president Mama Jibre enya abotre kan say ono president John Dramani Mahama president of the Republic of Ghana wa maso oba betwa free education mu na on twa free education and at this stage of the conversation ke hu hia sa afi no say be ka bi ba na say before no about no omo we no mani so nyantete omo na still na tasase na mo no mo da so entro no omo twa na de omo ko opposition no still omo da so twanti o jibre sa kire mu e wo ho no enti o hwe o summarize state of the nation's address na o ma ye hu edinkan o kire mu de manuti no o kire ma ye hu state ni say na esitie ye bae no nema bi ebe hu no say cost specifics ye be chichirim e na obae so nhyehye ya ode agu akwan mu a ode boa na Ghana fo ye nyina ye ka no ho a yetima yi ye ho e de afrim so I think that it was a nice thing.
Thank you very much Medasi ya twen say Isa Abdul Salam CPP Ashanti Regional Secretary Babe Kai ho but mamenko na memma Victor Sepoku akwaba Vic.
Yeah,
good evening
na
boko de Yamiasi. But I'm to initial comments, bare 5 minutes on the State of the Nation's address on Thursday from Roman Penny Echo Parliament House. Now, or the on my said the situation here and the two Mammy.
Yo, Kodi needi kama yemfa nchia shonkuma uniwati for ni ahwefo nyina. Ene minuanoma yehye mu hanso. Na memfa nchia shonkuma mikromu suta kwa mabe posofons. Mikidi se ni de se unim na ya. Ni kwa se sabu so mo ti ase. Kodi on the issue about state of the nation address. Me de mi hunu se the normal political activity or your constitution na
to say being in you because it's a continual requirement to say
personally some of these things I see them as a rudimentary activity be say yakoye we yeko
no
you see
yankoye
be do as on mine maybe na meet prince I say a share new be near as a country devoid of the politics.
You bet me you frame. They be a color with politics.
That is where baby I want your way. No, what can we be about the state of the nation address of Mampeni Nana Ado Dankwa Akufo-Addo delivered on the 21st of February 2017. And our Kenya Mampeni Dada John Dramani Mahama and Sukokai.
Dada Fufuru Anazi.
Okay. Now, Namini will be dim Komona Mibusam who say, politicians, we have a problem. BMPP or NDC. Now, KOD is a dangerous phenomenon. Say, yenina as politicians, new memu for Yanshani and Kan, Yebebukri. Look, check 2020 election, the turnout, and compare that to 2024. Both MPP and DC. I have Manyan Mere actually results in Mkakra. The NDC only had less than 200,000.
Oh, got to about little over 100,000. Little over 100,000.
As against the votes are 20.
Yes.
20.
115,000.
Okay.
Yes.
Meanwhile, in 2019, 2023, and 2024, you register in excess of 1 million as new time voters. The MPP cried the NDA don't go there because almost 2 million. Again, we share the voter population of our country is in excess of 18 million. If you put MPP Abainya and NDC Abainya and all the other political parties put together, about 2 tests, almost about 30 million. The Kase or man move for net to Aban out of 18 point something million net to Aban. Omo mawu efi mu a you bet me can say almost 4 million people
Anto.
Why? Because they are losing trust in our political leadership in this country.
Yeah.
And until I now make can say baby I as politicians now we need to be careful. Both MPP and NDC.
Yeah.
And I'm sure say we will start talking about some of them. Because it's like your opposition. Near different. When we are giving power, we be Today, President Mahama is telling us that he didn't know the state of Ghana's economy. He didn't know. So the politics now or now campaign train. So now okay, can economic team for on what premise were they doing it?
Also no nimba no nim say dark situations in a near home.
Time I know more question boss say omubetua cocoa price no mu nim ni anewo. Then their parliamentarians should go home. They are doing a disservice to our country. Because the finance minister finance minister Honorable Atofosi was the ranking member of finance. Cocoa board. Budget for 2024. Are you reading in 2023? At what point do you approve those budgets? If you don't scrutinize their documents, their financial statement, you see some of them I don't want me pessimity. Basa when you say these things, not sebi yenya akwanya ko suapomo ko suade no. See na me mama enra senansan na enra da be na read the state of the nation
Thursday.
Enti enra fi. Na me wo edum ha ma bi ka chem say na mo yede mo ko school ko yeden.
Oh.
Na mbiza ansa.
Azo busa.
Yes. No mbiza ansa den. O say me ameti he ya minko school. GRA for be ha madwen say afibia so ese me ya account de bro mo kire me madwuma no mu nioma ne nsem egum. Na yesi sa na yesi ye no. Enti ede na mbeka kire yen say adwumakuo te se cocoa board. Mo se omo de ka na omampani ni aban ni MP se te parliament ne say no omo nim se ne na site. So I ask myself, where is the 2023-2024 financial statement of these institutions? And somebody will be catching Nyakukudru minister out of parliament. All these institutions do more financials eba. Some of them cry they are public listed companies. And by law, they have to even publish it online and okomo website they are there. na ya begyina na ya ka same way just because of politics. Since you be kwa do hin asomai na ya jai. Both political parties. And I think it's something we need to be careful. Yeah, ma populace ni lusu trust. GDA war amanyosem ni democracy ni no. Omo ekofom. And ya nhwe ni ya e bedru maybe no. People will tell you, damn you your democracy, damn you your presidency. And that is where we have got into. Look, Medimanusi on the preliminaries. A typical example. We talk about when I'm older than. Huh? President Mahama say, we our appoint system ministers. And then MPP so we will appoint 50. Now, Lanchamatesu the number be our appoint 40. Then you get power. After finishing the system, now you want to find other means to make sure you still put people on positions that are equal to even ministers and deputy ministers. And now Yetimima appointments will be a director at the presidency in charge of agriculture and agri business.
The similarly, and also we are deputy minister of agriculture.
What joke is that?
Okay.
Yes, therefore be presidential advisor in charge of a region. Who are you deceiving? A presidential advisor in charge of a region. The regional minister already. What is the regional minister doing? We should stop these political gimmicks we are doing.
All right.
On my no, and I am sure Konya Befaswa. Look, me, ye to abewe no. I was praying say me political party be den. E be din kunim ye nin kunim ye din chu tantantan. O man penia ye nya no obi a wa ba bi pen. Nti ne na ye kire ne she wo the experience of say wom no akotena kiri. But say na me nu eken. The same thing. Banche dana. The things we were doing now yes in no. Ade na o se okofie okosua no. It's almost the same thing. It's almost the same thing. The change na yes say o makofie makosesa say na ya danko dada do. And in this time crowd one who ya say na yeshisha ase no. One who kura be bro first no.
Anyway, Victor Oseipoku, member of MPP communication team, na membra ye kwense Salam Ababa, Adu Salam Isa Ababa na fe. But me for message na fe rather specific. And I want us to look at 3 key areas. Ye ba behwe ho ensem na yaka. Good evening, Kyodi. I am Solomon Jagri from Kunsu Hafuano South West. Blessed is the womb that begot His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. From the SONA, His Excellency has shown that he is ready to revive the economy. MPP should rather tell its supporters to the reason why they have 38.2% for the true state of the nation has been addressed by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. We Jagri ono edia ode aba ene enyumrei eno right ma mefa we entwaso we ese Lawrence Wache eke buche owo asenua sorin kwanta near Unity Oil filling station. President Mahama is lamenting heavily because he didn't learn any lessons at opposition. Kukubod losses didn't start at the Kufuor's regime. Kukubod during Mahama's first term also recorded some losses, so he must not attempt to portray that Kukubod started making losses only under the immediate past regime. President Mahama is not a trustworthy person. All right. Ono edie enono ma yentwaso a teacher constitution where mwase say I strongly believe that the NDC's current leadership is the main challenge facing Ghana today. As they continue in power, I fear we will all suffer the consequences. I urge GDM and the NDC to focus on solving the country's problems rather than complaining about them. After all, that's what governments are elected to do. We a teacher constitution again. Kyori, I would like to ask, did Mahama look at any script when delivering yesterday's SONA? In fact, I'm confused because I watched it online from Sir Kabis New Dubias. Yes, our teleprompter ewo ho na wo yusu nti or tenikosia screen back or tenikosia screen back or but or you expecting or getting exactly where we drew her wa picking her. That's why ntia ye hu say you or yusu teleprompter nti ubusaya. That is how it is. Right, Sir Kabis, good evening to you. We say and Mr. Bustik Kobi Amankwa, former board member of Collins College Secondary Agogo. Kyori, I want you to ask the president for me. Is he happy for sacking Ghanaian workers or they were employed by an Anadu from Somalia? Could you tell my MP from Asante Achemnov, OK Frimpong, to lobby for deputy minister and stop lobbying to speak in tree in parliament? Thanks. Okay. So, yeah, but we'll be on a concern. Right. Good evening, Kodi. The man in the middle is NDC pretending to be neutral. So why do you have to bring on 2 NDC men against 1 MPP man on the show? Josh from Amasamai. Josh, I know you're watching and I watch it. Anyway, why President Mahama didn't talk about anti-LGBTQ pill plus? Sam George should rise and demonstrate against President John Mahama to sign it right now. Mr. Yao Jemfi Ewo Kumasi and Nedie Enono. We as a golden boy Anas Mamponting. Ghanaians should believe John Mahama and the NDC government. There's a hope through the State of the Nation's address, especially in Kokon Ketenkete. Also, Enono. Right. We as a Masawudo Kumasi Bantama was say the SONA didn't meet Ghana's expectation at all. It was more of a limitation, a repetition of campaign promises. I think that's what Ghanaians want to hear at this stage. You need to give the country some assurances that you should have faith in you. Resetting Ghana agenda indeed. All right. And also, Enono. We say teacher Eric Manso Watreso, aka Obiare Hiesika. President John Mahama kindly squeeze water out of stone to get enough money to complete all the Agenda 111 hospitals, since human life in various districts are needed. All right. Please tell my MP, Brian Champong, that Kwaku youth, we need jobs. Okay. Also, Enono. Where Baroski Ewo Asichiwa. President Mahama should stop his lamentation and usual tricks and fix the doom. So, okay, and also Edia or the Abrain and Enumeran Master Planner Ewo Kentampo. Now, or say President Mahama didn't tell us the true state of the nation. He was only telling us the state of former President Nanado's governance. The true state of the nation address is that there is doomso, sacking of people from jobs, fuel prices increasing, Kalamsey, you've died at Obuasi mines, but you haven't said anything about that. Lamentation and complaints in Kwa. Master Planner Junior Kentampo and Odi Aba. Right. Now I want us to look at the economy. That is one area. Yeah, me pese ye hwehonum ye papa. Nafe yahwe the fight against corruption, and also another area me pese ye hweho ye nafe ye ka ho ensem ewo ha. Na afe yabo modern ahwe Agenda 111. The president made a statement on Agenda 111. Okase 111 hospitals now MBP are buying ASOs, not even one of them is operational. Please, still Mamisha say MFM na yampiki the 3 within 10 minutes. Do justice for me. Na where the other ones not to us.
Alright. Another on the economy. One say yesua de ekono. One of the nearma ye teacher for catcher say abrofo no say so person di BBC bibinia. Churo fashion kratem.
On kinda.
Ye nipa yem parking kai. Enti the way me buy ya me kan nearma Nanado kan 2017 me ka de Mahama aye no. Enye mwanwa say me wie no ye beka, but senkemre wo ma I'm happy minua poku etime ha. Me kai from Star FM online 2017 State of the Nation's address under the economy. Nanado ekasa de fa yeka ho. Okasa de fa GDP growth ho. Okasa de fa can I say Mr. Speaker, the total revenue are a decline, and the fact that your total revenue can only take care of just 22% of our total expenditure. The then president also highlighted on the fact that your total revenue only 3
months cover,
not even 3 months cover. 3 expenditure items, and they didn't debt servicing, a monument, and I've forgotten about the other one. He talks about the fact that the then NDC government has mixed out on all the IMF conditionalities. Inti wow pesa uti and you can go. He talks about the total debt, and let me read it. Mr. Speaker, the increasing fiscal deficit were financed by increased borrowing. As at the beginning of 2019, Ghana's total debt stuck at 9.5 billion. By the end of 2016, the debt had ballooned to 122 billion. So, the point I wanted to make, or na me making say, a free Jerry John Lawrence peso, especially when Yura J. Kufuor took over. Obi bia wabe bia no tried hard so be painty. They will take you over and free no hono. So why she? But the Maya Reshimu as Ghanaian people, ne say, ye Kufuor, we are becoming very discerning. In any day, the obe can be a yebeti. But after 4 years, ye de one sema oba and ne obeka yeno. Ye de better. By the end of 2028, the rare situation near Jirasu de Eden Edia Trouble. So, President Mahama on the economy, I believe that Obibia Yamani to me so me do my way sono or pepper. And se wutie omu manifesto omu tro edeto ho now share a kwanya omu ya campaign omu fa so ne Ghana for kasa ya senka ya no edeje bosia enu an ede kwa kotua enkoma wi afa ne ntoma pefra keo me no atena ha kasa bebre. And let me tell you, in one of our engagement I told you say we pe one of the best manifesto ya prepare under the Fourth Republic. It was MPP manifesto in 2016. I even made a recommendation say ye per national planning committee agenda bibia de beye amomane tumpon. It should be that. But what most often than not they ye tune wo book no enye no ne practice it. Now it should serve as a warning to the politicians. Ghana mabunu, we are losing our patience. A kwan mo fa so yeden bu oman no any the expected results wa yenya no. Ti se wutie Yura Mahama. Nensema oka. Ghana's economy, you don't have to be a professor, but a nearman kitten is what we need to put them together. I the growth I the bedding ebebre. Now, as a country, you have high level of unemployment. Keo, me no better ha, and I gave you a statistics. In February 2024, that day was 26 February. And a year old cowboy, kasa almost sister TV stations, and kasa from January 1st up to the 24th, official record the Diama Ghana Abain was that 784 nurses and doctors have left the country.
Yeah.
So, as a government moving into an election, the best option was that a cannabis mekaho, a just direct replacement. So, what are we doing? Unfortunately, what seems to be François 209 and also 2016 a BS BM. Now there is all over the country about secular Julius Debra Ewilizi. Yes, those that were engaged within certain period, they must hold on with their employment later. But this is the country that we are fighting against unemployment. What do we have to do? I think that with the kind of environment set up, I do admit the challenges. Sometimes I am in the corporate world, and it say you push me be the tool. So now I can imagine how they feel. But with the mindset of resetting this country, if there is a way that they can do some kind of adjustment, I think they should do it to avoid that negative tag. On the economy, the things they have listed say manufacturing it has to do with the youth empowerment and going through what he said. And on where kind of president was say Mr. Speaker, the issue about Nkukon now was I have said it. A nation with a rising unemployment, the best habit man say you encourage a lot of people to start on their own. And
individual businesses.
And what you my Ghana, you were all the resources. There be a metal of the so I'm example. Meanwhile be the Dr. Joe Buahen oye adwuma obekwai district assembly oye internal auditor oye doctor PhD ba wokɔ ni Facebook wa every day was a Wellington boot oye nantwie, and he takes his time educate people what we should do. Unfortunately, Ubo my Ghana, there was statement made by a JB Dankwa in the year I think 1956 when he said that Ghana for your training and your program you doing such that as soon as obe classroom na o free classroom na ba na dwumu no esese obi na befa na dwuma, and a free ho emfa ho ne skill even okosua construction instead so obekɔ site no obepe air condition adwuma na eden anaye. I believe that the time has come that we must change our mindset so that the agenda or the vision of the president in terms of the economy and how to reset it and niema beko nanim se utu kwan a aban euro is about regulation, setting up the framework na individuals ebe pick the pieces and listen to the president on the economy. I can only hope and pray say you will be able to execute neniso adihunu no. But for now there is a huge daunting tax. We have challenges. Even the few factories now on mine you set up no you need raw materials. Commander sugar factory but we stay tout ourselves as a nation agri. Galamsey has almost destroyed every farming land. How are we handling that? Because emfa ho any there abide by any policy intervention say you intimi direct feed and farm food and supply the manufacturing sector and as a factories na ye setting up na emfa ho ne dey betra to people. So unfortunately ye yankrofo a obia edua and as obia plantia no nkwa na eden edi ayi peasant farming. We are not into the commercialization. That was one of the contributing factor. Emma one district, one factory, do na ebesine yen huson faso no. But it was one of the brilliant ideas. I've said it over and over. Any government, or person, ne mind a tumpon or the burden or the beba. So we need to reset. I believe that, but yet about speech. Media mechanic de bia.
Go down and work.
Go down and work. Said the beya ye be hu so mfaso. Now there should be incentive in the areas of agriculture. Ebesi ne yen share den superstar bi apart from yenua John Dumalu. Wo ya agriculture amana ya akono. Hardly so be hu se nkofo ehu omo TV so political figures. Obi enam na fom e de entice emabunu ne se wokoya agriculture adwuma obetima yeye. De ye nyina anim ne se ye oman a uwie school na ukodi political party bi achi 4 years 8 years na uye dede a waya adwuma do unya adwuma do oba aba mu nko a ubeyeye. How do we change this narrative? Ebema agriculture na ye nyina agidi se eno any the engine of growth turning the life of this country around. How do we attract the youth into the sector? Unfortunately, all the issues we are hearing in the ekano people so there no a dorsum. We want to see a practical actions. I didn't then say results. Thank you,
but Mamusa, one of your friends, a financial person. Now, if a country is broke, the economic situation is broke, and what have you? For the last about 3 months, in fact, so by 3 months, 1 year, almost 3 months, how will the government turn around situation now? You said them who that deficit now in real terms, but that's the picture you paint here. They are
cool. May I very brief. Under the Fourth Republic, Obi bi obere ne abafufuru bia no will enjoy some kind of a goodwill in the sight of Ghanaians. Na se ohwe saade we ya under the Fourth Republic, wahwa Obi bi obe take over bia no the first 2 years no economic growth ekosoro pa. Se okofa Yewra John Ajekunkwofo in the year 2001 check the economic growth e on ye call HIPIC ye konya a lot of reliefs wo check yera Mahama no yera Professor Mers in 2009. In fact, in the year 2011 Ghana had the highest economic growth under the Fourth Republic. Then yebai dear ebeko akoma saa nneɛma ni nyinaa aba ne sɛ the payment of DDEP generate the coupon on the DDEP generate the last few weeks KO the general public of Ghana has oversubscribed the treasury bill our Bank of Ghana ebeton them the government of Ghana last Sunday government rejected more than 8.4 billion treasury bills. The previous week ended around 15 February. The government rejected more than 7 billion. And you know where I place in Tidebiano, me follow that market trend. You know. So the T-bill alone
enough.
Enough.
Okay.
But me no abedin komo ha. Emma make a chair say expert a caution aban say the T-bill interest alone is a threat to the debt exchange.
Okay.
For now, every Ghanaian wants to invest in the treasury bills. And tinama aban enya sika eden bebrisan because the bond market has collapsed. And as I'm making, it is not only under the new government. The T-bill as a threat to the debt exchange, it was published in the Ghanaian Times in May 2024. After the debt exchange, Ghana ni bia mfanisi kan to bonds biem. Enti ye nyina de sika ekwa kugu treasury bills so. Enti obi beka cho say the Ghana's economic or the banking sector has picked up. Indeed, it is true. The year 2024, the performance of banks at the Baba Bonten, probably in the history of this country, been see that.
All right.
The records are there. Follow. The key architect has to do with the returns on the T-bill. Right. Because Usika Tona Wunya 23% returns. It's a serious issue. At the same time, loans are Kesasa Ekwa Bonten. According to the Bank of Ghana report I'm reading in August, the non-performing loan ratio has improved, has decreased, like it has deteriorated to 24% as compared to the previous year, which was 20%. So, in as much as there seems to be say economy recover, no, just government side, no, recover into Bibia, no, abano. There is no option. Bank in Venezuela come abosia. Into abandoned in the T-bill bar quickly will be able to. So the last few years or few months there's oversubscription. A honama buying any sikabibria or the air finance. Thank
you very much. My member Kwame Honafi, you pick these three: the economy, the modern year. Corruption, the fight against corruption, agenda 111. No, President me attach on agenda 11, but 10 minutes. You, Mama Salam Akwaba, Abdul Salam is a CPP Ashanti Region Secretary. Salam.
Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, my brother.
Naboko there.
Yabado.
Efa Hobey.
I see that one coming.
Efa Hobey. Efa Hobey. Eddie Assembly. Come on, me too. The next 10 minutes. Oh, how this is. Oh, how this is.
Sponsorship to general.
Oh, that was just on a lighter note. You see, and come on, ye do no. Minimum the entire MPP for no President Mahama. A Ghana challenges as well. Almost hey, man, I don't know why. Because a day no obey our parliament. Our parliament is say, or the Omaino, yet Tibia, you won't see, and no better than a DDH Ghana for. And so cut Tibia or my new woman. Eh, there, never be a uncle you or my new. Overcome was him. Now we are. I feel what about a train or my move for no. The obey massa at the end of all can was him. That is how the presentation is. cast the State of the Nation address mampanyin ne ba beka tibia gina bia o man ni gina mu sesi owia ese se o ma ye hu nhihye ne ne ma ode agu akwan mu a ode ba ba ya ma saa hawo na o ka ho asem na fi ho enti se o ya MPP ni na o ya MPP communicator na o ya MPP supporter now the utie State of the Nation address no now the also the utie ya ye time na President Mahama ebo challenges ne so but solutions o kan nyina want ya then one you're not being fair to yourself and obi a utie ubia will see how hollow or how ignorant or how unjust you are trying to be. And I'm saying this across omo ye commentary ni nyina because I don't know upon here no odika keka problems agana ho owie ye no o kire de o ye anomonto a oto afa ho ebi ni de agenda 111 proud to see about beto aba no efia ye MPP communicators betena ha yes 101 hospitals mene wo ka say emu ba 15-year operationalize omo kai usha communicator bia ne number oka ebi 20-year operationalize usha we 15-year operationalize bi one so the average Ghanaian na no nim say oh MPP aban ne ka say o si hospitals ma come 111 MPP communicators you share obi say 10 has been completed ebi kwa say 15 is now functioning Ghana for the man na afi MPP for hand over the man ye gin krata ne ehun say hospitals no almost start ye no ba kokura ni wa ye adwuma o se me enka enti ko obe gina ho na ma ne nka adebe nkomo no ni edi enti President Mahama say abusafo ankofo ne ka kire ye say omu si hospitals 111 communicators betra TV so a omu so emu ba say duonu de ye wie kura ye adwuma ebusi ekura podi ayesin but ye beji oman na omu de nkrata man no enkrata omu ade man ne kire say baako enkani be ka say ekomi baako say ekura ni ho a eye adwuma asat now e functioning okasa asem we ya wo say identity no oka problems no anka solution ate so oman ye hu we no oka say no say ntimi me be hu ne sa no ya amanfo de omani adi akire akohwe say de ade ani tie ebi wo ho a adu linton ebi kura ho a ya boss awie ebi wo ho a fe kwa na start from foundation level enti
ebi wo so machines gum
ebi wo but ya ba ya so no oh na say you see there is one thing about this government and the American mama say ma so atu ade no mama na ko be sha ne sa o ye nipa enti na go adoma eda ne so no enya kwa o he President Kufuor to take you over power 2016 and we instructed say all contractors must stop including Kumasi Airport. For 2 years, almost we investigated Kumasi Airport and we encountered them. They halted it. They cost Ghana. Now go pon enim because an cement here 20 Ghana cedis. And I want me a hot project now for 2 years. Now if it wasn't Monkwaya, cement go 80 Ghana cedis. Project no cost on cost. That is what MPP did to Ghana. But ended to take you over. Oh, the USA contractors say you and then me fair cry me go Cape Coast. Kanata na work as work on so. Gidi oh say obi ajai. Tell me one contractor no here Juma and then this year MPP ya ba pa we why say na free ho. The whole working yes some dey munye Juma. Say bibia o why e be hwehwe mu a. Ya be frem na mo de nkata na banya hwehwem. That was not what MPP did. MPP the embargo to so including Cocoa Rose.
Okay.
Almost munjai. But yeah ba ya man nyina
so let's come to agenda 111.
Yes, I need to clear that. So who say ebi ani esi hospital bi agenda 111. NDC ba egusu ekoso a kire how this government is any say esi down so free MPP for say omusi omo patapa hey yampene NDC the contract ne ma o jai ye be hwehwem ya anya ne sa ye so wo de MPP na de ma o say din Ghana to the koso aye adwuma no see ehia bibia e be for na don krata aba that is the difference between NDC and MPP now let me come to agenda 111 independent mama ye hu say de ni bebe na omo ye nyina no hospital ne ba kokura ni wa aye adwuma no and we say decision on one person who taking say now ya start up to say mam saka say we sika bia so na for the project any a dedicated source of funding because the source of funding now e bia wo ba be project to say the omo ye Kopanochi and Krano baby
MBU
on some ko 120 million Canadian dollars and you say the ba be enti sa no sika da ho a ya twa ya kwaje bosia e de ba be said them go to agenda 111 eni bisa And the Ghana buying as and when a budget. So more or less it's a GOG project. I buy anything is sick as someone who you know the according to one crater on the brand, almost spending close to $400 million so far on a one. But who crashed in why I know the oral and the corruption aspect of it, you can watch them later. But I see a Ghana for who said for hospital now, but who cry you almost spending $400 million already. Omo yes can be for the hospital. See this sound come over. I was saying that problems, you know. Ghana never names us we until say president Mama Beka. Ghana never name. Yeah, and here Kasa already those communicators. You know, one names information, you know. And to the handed over power to us, and even with the true state of Ghana. And to see a Kasa and some way, yeah, Kasa say you complain you. Yeah, my Ghana for who say there na you bafa and saying it here. You really actually the baba ya fa ho. It president Mama say. Now we want to engage the missions. What I say, and sorry, near that, now you need more Ghana has some more hospital, SDA for hospitals be brave, Roman for hospitals be brave, or more running for years, they have experience. Pentecost for hospitals be brave. And yeah, but see, you invite to no boom. Now you be to say partnership between Omoni buying. And Tibia, yeah, says hospital now. Near owns the hospital, no, baby, I do say 80%. Then evaluators, evaluate you, say, oh, complete here, obey here, scassing. If you are Pentecost for say, oh. Ya ba beje hospital we you discuss you room now buy new omaka and then beje na marane ebia for about 15 years 20 years they come back to government. These are negotiating because I buying this car that was this year man just kebi anto e dey be and I can say oh chain no wa chain for 2 years and as I go kwa people see aba na bo see delay for even 1 year cost of production be kosoro. So immediate measures that we are taking is we are inviting the missionaries to come in so we can have agreement with some of them so that they can quickly go on necessarily a bit my now as soon as possible ni nyina abakoye nyina ya appreciate our health needs. Odi nkomo we ya we say didn't know catch challenges about the agenda 111 on task here he is complaining he's a former president why is he complaining? What kind of communication is this? You need to accept that the person must tell us baby ejina before you propose solutions.
Okay.
Now again perhaps as a almost about almost say you go for the near the senior President Mama I never call bias why a year pie the Constitutional Review Committee now was igniting on almost every statue of Mojuma. Because a constitution, you know, there are certain areas here as soon as possible.
And my president to me do
only 2 minutes
but
you're two about movie, you say 4 years. Okay. But you're two about now lose, so I still have 1 month to be in power. As I say, a yamra, a very straight in from that time now we'll lose power because this is be I will take you you'll be never baby. So during the period of transition, there should be laws in our books. The reason why this uncle Mowe say as at now, you need be a restricted president now, we'll lose power now, I'll hand over no. Until Mochayama, what lose the power now or Babecono? Was a Victor Brabeja appointment. Brabeja appointment.
But we can't look at it from the say there were institutions needs institution say education needs say a health sector they know their needs say any other they know their needs any that friends say employment as if for enfam do clearance as if for be free the minister some case we here needs and say appoint those people around that time. What is wrong with that?
You see the thing one you're wrong when they say finance for I mean at least I did finance. Some can say me a banking to have a pass in finance. They did finance and come to me dikaka. Say before say government, every time I can say for nipa. Yes, what trouble government about government am clearance.
And I make a clearance in different one, right?
And nipa omo fa their own budget did not budgeted for them.
It didn't budget for them.
Budget be no wo say after 7th. You be nipa say because and come on here the IMF have put an embargo on employment one assign.
I am the embargo to
yes, according to the IMF, a condition precedent, not condition subsequent to. It's a condition precedent to an IMF program. Go and read.
So why would he go ahead and then
there's
employ
an embargo on employment because of the IMF program. I am saying it on authority. Yes.
Said there's an embargo.
It has been there. It has been there for over 2 years now. IMF
for the 2 years employment now make where were they taking them to?
IMF conditions. It has exceptions. Health, security is not part like here.
Okay.
Omo call IMF no agreement ba ko omo ni IMF ke onya.
For the past 2 years, I'm listening. I'm just asking for the past 2 years. They shouldn't take teachers. They shouldn't take other way. No.
Me catch you said they are sensitive. There are exceptions to it. Into omo areas to say security, health, education, yeah, they free. Then all the others are included. That's the IMF condition. Oko IMF very big condition precedent, then all conditions subsequent. As part of the condition precedent for IMF negotiation, there's a ban on public sector employment. Obia was one him if you don't read, you over to make argument. Oh, you see,
the question is that
so we can pull it and read it.
Hold on.
This is a fact.
Hold on. See, your mom employment. We cast 7 after 7 December day na kofa se mobile. Munya the clearance for employment from July be from February na se for na sa condition statement na come nyina no. Why how do you answer to that?
You see the statement was clear. Bro for na ba NSA. Obi a onya unemployment after 7th.
Okay.
If your employment near before 7th.
No, you can take it to court.
Oh, you are. No, you're caught to cry. Just draw the attention of the authority. I'm not part.
Okay, yo.
Yeah, the directive. Yes, the directive. Brofono, 120 French, 120 Latin, 120 Greek. What trouble for Abba say? Omwa, you're two abawi ya, abani lusu yano. What about appointment letter? I'm move for Omo Jumano. 1, Edikan, on 1 IMF conditions, just want to mean Fanipa. 2, one budget to be for Sanko for Nuntia for my any in Sanko for Nemo Kofi. And I will say, oh, if I were Juma, July, January, February, you're listening by an account. Why don't you make a case there? But I mean, Minkata, family December. Why should this be an issue?
I'm not maybe a director of that institution. Nadia Basse or more forms that you know
and I'm affected. And Commander a directive from the chief of staff.
Yeah.
It was clear, was it not clear? That Obi Yama was Juma after 7th. And you know, say, oh, Obi say, or no cry there, you find a Juma no before say 7th. Am I BBR coin controller, public service, BBR. Naketuyaba and a buyer, you know. Said they make what I say. And I say, actual man say, oh, Kofi. That person can make a case. Just on Kahon.
All right.
And I can't come on.
Matuas.
If you cry a person or Fakwan bonus, no, so they so you draw the attention, say, me come here, tia. Your family were Kessben, as I'm come. Your family, no. Your family were July. Maketuyaba, Bibiaba. Directive here by, yes, so my 4 months after 7th. Me that letter word mamu say me so ebia coming. One so obi a be kasa say have you seen one case, one person saying that?
Me matitibi, but officially yes. There were some people interview mo hanom maybe to maponya so here. And you pay say your fan who say has to take through a number of a year and son ya mechanize. No, that's the issue. Because ultimately funny pa back just to know. Your funny pa Ghana him said you fire your employment and situation here. You forward we and send your acquire mechanization and crown ban sana pay you make more clearance, more clearance. Financial clearance yet me fa warm. Those are the people I'm talking about.
No, and come on, more said than
no, man, no. That was the statement I made.
And come on, who di any who can you different? Who can you be a head? Will be fair, me say, or no. Why are Juma NPA? They found the 2019. Afibia near man a contract. Afibia near review. Afibia near review. The two are very near my permanent letters here for a buy a can. Into another day, or Baba says at least where's more.
Also, letters. I'm talking about those that have appointment letters.
I'm telling you, sir, yes. Issues. The directive was clear. Obi ani there any directive no. Ebo brabia akanibia.
Draw attention. All right.
Oh, that. But in making the case, a bit more they want to change the narrative. But sawako na bia some chief of staff the buy no. You own kahon or letter. Ya more employment after 7th. No, be so you are. You can't make a case.
All right, but that's it.
One clarification. In PMPC, IMF, and might be a engagement here. Ya one shed down car summoning an explicit. Say, nipa. But some of the catch on they say, o public sector wage bill.
Tiso.
I was so tiso.
Aye.
Assembly.
That's it. Victor, Mamra Honafe, there are three things you can pick on any of them, and that's what I training now within 10 minutes.
Let's put it on record that IMF agreement I know this year.
There's no freeze on employment.
There was nothing like
a freeze
on employment. India 2015, it was categorical.
Okay.
The issue was that the government should ensure say compensation should be managed. That's the agreement they looked at.
So semantics,
yes. So it's not about, but no, India 20 it was there
categorical.
Yes, and you remember they said it. But you know, one quick issue. You see, Obianka say Omampeni ni State of the Nation address no more on what he feels. That's why I say ni open no koka. Mami fa konya so na menchia mi nua be ma bedi akon obepo so. I think say omo the move station ya no mo hwe ntimi nya akonya metima chia. Obianka so ni open so koka no koka. What I say? Mama NDC for so enye omo e de say because of my winning but look, and I always say KOD politicians yensu ahwe. Aban bia wo win power. And no man penny that I can say honeymoon. Between now till your friend is saying January December. Between now till December. Odia adebio man penny me bia obi anfino. Obi anfino.
Yeah, no.
One way ya me say mu muti here mu media for kram bo na baso. The same thing Nana Dankwa Akufo did in 2017. Or when he was appointing ministers. Oh, yes, yes, the doors was you and I'm person do me.
Yes, you munyano.
We pay for it,
yes.
So let them continue. You can't the moment so almost no monster.
Okay.
Look, what is the issues? Yes, on penny what counts them nina. But there are some germane issues that you must take a look at it as a president. Don't pretend you won't. What does he? Don't pretend. Na men fans wo nwere wonu mu so nkasa nkyere Ghana for. O man paninya akukuduro ka kire say in July 2016 no asolve dunso. There was no dunso in Ghana. Wo na ya nokre. Who can you out you na ya nokre. Go and check 16th of August 2016. Ghana your friend is a graphic. Graphic. 16th of August 2016 graphic. Kwa ko timetable no dum so timetable na bom in August and so was July no awie sa timetable no hwemu a na from August for you can say 19th was say to 24 on say no more 2 weeks go and check is in a boom as was in awie
dum so no is it not a matter of interpretation because mobile mo de betu just say it wasn't a generational problem. And more can say a generational problem and a generational problem.
Yes, a financial.
Was a financial problem.
But was it not true?
Enti Obikas was solved in a way. He made provisions for say a best of because President Trujano. Hold on for me. President Trujano, as at essence, President first the State of the Nation's address, he made mention that doing so at least about the barest minimum.
But now you're solving.
Yes,
but he said July no we. Me wa me catch us say August no na buy na your timetable. Catch us say the 2 months
figures.
2 months away 2 weeks away ni mo dey go see August ending no.
Makoto
days so timetable no dey aba na wom. Was July was solving. Yes I know kai.
Say on one statement so make here one ewo tamale abo mo share party supporters say do so is not solved. And Osan Emeki, there was another statement Babonte or catcher said Dumson cannot be solved. But later Osan Babonte Beka said Dumson we free or Kasobe promise we free. So I've even quoted statements here that support whatever you are saying now.
Excess no chantro.
Anyway.
So won't be so the count. But chantro. O chantra Patrick Tiasamienka. Huh? Omampeni awa baso so about be corruption, obi ketashe any friends say what can you say? Proyase. Who minister afa Ghana for better hair agenda 11. Who minister afa Ghana for $200 million. $200 million. Say Okosi housing unit 5,000 amagana for. He ended up spending $198 million. Owie no osi housing unit a watumi asi a enya complete 1,800 and something. Waba we see weja no nkofi because of your NDC ni meboa. And this is the man you are telling me say my enkanasem. He is not telling us as a president the reason behind why or say NDC ni bi o court to be a nkofi fan huni because NDC abanyaba. And this is the man we are told say yenkan anuntum because wabegina parliament aka asem a nia waka na me enfa nkofi. That's how they draw mine. And you draw mine sao. So would you tum send this am penifo ampa. Omo hu so a. Ma court no decide no mo enyi omo anambwa. Because say ampa there once they are going through the court processes, they will go off. But we see what we are seeing. Ebio, the issue about you can say appointment nem nyawe na betena o say eyi omu bebie women's bank e be fa mankwa me say unim anopa hwe unim eri ahwe na won ka kire say ma cabinet on be ma mu 30% omu yo ma mu sen 7.8 out of 19 asesen omo 2 omo when you talk about say I will give 30% women appointment at all levels. Well, manifesto naturally at all levels. Then you tell me say, baby, I kwa chichira sem nanka say cabinet wa. E ho na you take decisions no. E man nya 2 out of 19 how ka jem say wan kasa. Na ne wa wetin say e bebie bank amama nya adwuma. Look, the situation on the ground. You can't free us as him. I am daring the NDC should tell us. Say in this their government. Say secondary school phone to school fees.
You are daring them.
I'm daring them. So what's one them? I'm daring them. Say in this 4 years, so be go school on to ya to say the na kufu ado tam no bi kwa. So what shall I say omu education one. You started taking the snipers coming. After they see what person call boarding, you pay for your boarding fees and pay for your accommodation.
That was appear by forum nasi. No. Hold on.
I've not said that.
Hold on.
Mr. What is?
Hold on. Kwame, hold on. Or sit there appear wo no.
Then you come and sit and say yes, say. Come say.
Masa. We Maka.
No, at the forum.
KOD, me say. Me say.
Come and say yes, say.
Hwe. Emire sesi obefifiri ebefifiri wodu a friend say duamu a uka bubu no ye de we say pie ade agro ye de ba fie wo so bo contract hwe
The entry.
asa de emma
Anyway.
etina me say almost 4 years omu bedi say wo ya wofo na say wuntua free say chess no say omu ntwam na wuntua ska ye te hare be se anambwa
Okay.
ebes ema no beba maka na ye nya abotre. Now on the issue about termination of contracts ni ade, look, you're serious as a nation. We should be serious. Or say up to January 7th. What would you have and complain? You are complaining to who? Ghana Water. Issue letter. I say, what? Your father Juma will report in November. Kofi.
Yeah.
Any public document. President Beso said he didn't hear. Onte me say onte
Mate, why not?
okay me say November company bit say NPR omo dismiss no, some of them year 2023. Just this week was the last week national service omo ma adwuma for 15 years. Me say 15 years omo ma adwuma for we can say
15 months and I said
yeah almost 5 years.
1 year.
What does it? Yes, will be on coffee. Do you understand? So sometimes no, mama yenye fair to us. That's what I'm saying. Say, as politicians, look, me dem no see what this na salama bem or see yanko yemra. You see the hypocrisy of politicians. The hypocrisy. John Mahama Omampeni, His Excellency was on the platform. in December 2016 oshia asofo mpanimfo mpura no otwa ntorokyerom oshia Catholic Bishop Conference wasi ni mandate ono ni mandate up to January 7th and until 29th of December or your appointment to the extent say ono ani nuaba ne oye presidential staffer honorable Bawa Joyce Bawa Mutari 6th of January 2017 or Kokoton Ghana yeton Ghana aban card man 14,000.
Thank you very much. Salam.
On the 6th of January yeton Ghana aban card man.
Salam. Mami too. You have the final winner for Yanko. Yes.
Me akodi mami nika encha watifo ina. Let me show me no mama dikai. Let me show you so mami no krebo fo ina Ramadan Mubarak. Ramadan Kareem. Table for chairman. Yes, I'm breaking fast, but unfortunately na me ka senti ba no trotro na dey take me tam kaka. Me akodi. Issue concerning state of the
nation's address, yeah.
I was at as I say, Bibia Emra is captured in our law. No? So Obin Yeno. I didn't know supposed to be in a national character. Emra my opportunity to be propaganda as political party.
Yeah.
The social article 67 of our constitution. A friend said presidential message. Means on my penino, Ebaka such a Ghana mine through parliament. But I say parliament and a Ghana for answer name. The only expect say be a member Penny and idea on minor who he has some. No idea a free of minor neighbor and your politics in a babeno. Yes, I won't say there's a reason why the framers of constitution yes are because movie say honor among for better some free one penny direct. Emma won't say I feel where you say in a person a column. Among crunch, 7 words in public was a also free crew my couple brow with beer and some of my penny back catch on. So say everybody are I mention bomb about you and member woman. And at that end, you know, we expect say we be a in a national character. Shouldn't be political platform.
Yeah.
But since you're about for public, you're in the politics. What I knew is Obama message of initial address who presented both asset and liability because who share the state of the nation. You guys idea the state of it. And the accounting, so your financial statements. So who showed that I didn't know. Yes, both asset and liability are the balance. But you see, what can I say? We only talk about liability. This any idea on asset. Now, my look black. I said, "Yeah, then I buy yeah, no." On say, "Didn't crash my car for." I agree with my brother. Say, "Never be one kuya." Not your mama kai like your mama and cool and the worker. But is that the only thing I buy with ye? So, complain about I don't want to say one penny idea. Complain about a friend say energy sector say can say about debt. About sinking fund. Some of just car buy 64,000 of them. But who free as sitting president, you know? Now so not free in you.
Yeah.
Who free so in 2017. Now a bimuka crabbing a tria idea from tuition fee mom. Not free school feeding, free any at secondary level. Not free as in you. But to buy a babel. Why don't you tell us?
Okay.
So we buy them about to feed as well. But moving for the Muslim we didn't hear of that. What can I say? Oh, what's your first chance?
Kwame Pacho. Kwame. Me na me controls. Allow salam to flow.
Me pardon. Me free to 2017. Me free to 2017. Na free such as new. By me buy a bill. E crash magana phone say abai na twom so ye bibi to. Me wa. How many kilometers of roads no be to here? We don't know. Ka buy o so me be 2000.
Or say yeah yes nyambo oh Kwame na dia asem ni
who said defense said Japan
Sama mintu
less than 2 months
Sama mintu
Sama
let me listen to you
who said less than 2 months who said in less than 2 months one say defending so who presented asset and liability I was a woman who said these are the asset or better. And then what the liability to him? No, balance. I would say, but it's negative or positive. But that's not what every president does. A mobile, they only mention more on the liabilities. No, am I going to access? The Utin China, and maybe Ghana sounds as a Ghana Yokoichi, as I share a verse in Yokoichi. Meanwhile, that is not the situation. So, in that angle, like I say, President Mama and baby be new. Or continue a tangent and the previous Jaya. That's what they've been doing. Over no market, more negative, no market positive to be no market. Now, on the issue of ABI debt to Abekan was I think, say, debt of this country. I 721 billion or can was a debtor accumulates a year in baby free. So mentioning it to us is not new. But what we are looking at is how can we go over this debt?
So it has to stay the problem.
No,
I'm trying to bring out a solution.
I'm saying it's known to us. But where's our hammer on it? We say, or mention debt, what I said, the market way 48 billion. But how are we going to pay them?
Right.
Because you are giving us the state of the nation address and then the basic in future. And also, we didn't get much up from that. We know the problem. But as to how I best solve that issue, and shall I elaborate it? That's my opinion.
Right.
And I think, sir, per situation, I want as I would say, energy expenditure. On one side, 70 billion amount for visa, yes, and also there. But challenge are the Bible so visa quite a fast solve. You should have looked into it. That's another opinion of mine. I mean,
right.
That is I knew about economy in general. So, about fix the economy. What do you mean, say? I will fix the economy in news to us again. Won't you that?
A cliche statement.
Oh, every president will fix the economy. About the economy, say I will fix it, and it's never fixed. It gets worse because until they change a trade balance, from negative to positive, this economy can never be fixed.
But he outlines some more by or cut down expenditure, government expenditure, a big grow a friend saying the baby homegrown food, a bay home and some more hanum and other issues or laying down. You think say intimate and fix the economy as he wants to be? Yes.
You see, what farmers say, politicians catch say cut down expenditure. Yeah, I'm expenditure no more. Look at the government kitty, national senate mokati. This thing the same. I cut the expenditure, homegrown policy. Same people can 2023 budget. I'm so look at the land. I'm a groceries, 104,000 acres of whatever. You can see, anybody they agree on, I don't agree. So, who person fix the economy? It's not about cutting down ministers. Ministers are your mama Katina and calculate from 80 something to 60. The whole year is about 10 million Ghana cedis they receive.
And come here.
We are paying about 10 billion a year. What do I say? So when they are fixing the economy, it's not about cutting down salary of people, not fixing the economy. It's about putting policies out of the about stimulating the economy, turning the economy from positive to negative, bringing the idea of maybe a export-driven economy. From now onwards, we are bringing policy like import restrictions. I control the depreciation of our currency. That's what we won't hear from politicians. Or kind of broadly, I fix the economy. And as I went out, maybe Tiba Mua, now they are energy.
Anyway,
we want to see commitment. That's what I want to see from the president. And thirdly, on the friends say you go for in fact, make me believe you say, or maybe every man appointment like CEOs and stuff, their mandate should be contaminated with the president. I agree. But won't even as a president. Now, I'm to see a employee as a teacher. Now, if it's also because it's 7th December. It doesn't make that because.
So, I'm 70. I say it doesn't comply with good governance.
And that's
the statement.
You've not seen
killed. Maybe so in 2017, what happened? Killed.
Oh, Munya Salam, your mama
killed in 2017. Nipa said that you may do again. One. President Mama himself has to issue statement. Can say, Kwanya Kufa first a second in Crawford, and you're quite packed because they are all Ghanaians. What they say, communication officer say.
Felix,
because say government is continuous. The mama has powers till 7th January, and this was our appointee. The level last minute there was a 5th January, so 4th January. It's a part of government. I want to take it. So I'm saying that if Otin say, "Yeah, Pomo be and yeah, why answer us all here?" And finally, Mr. Much of mama you should jump. Akufo say yes, say Akufo even I'm justified it. At least you show different leadership. Crawford, who can maintain no matter what will you lose? I believe so. We can do auditing. Crawford say I'm from Kwampaso. Let maintain them.
Thank you very much, Abdul Salam. Isa CPP Ashanti Regional Secretary Meda Kwame Tuya Patrick, Director of Student Affairs and Elections Ashanti Region. Na Afe Mada Victor Osei Poku Ase Prince Obriyabwa, a banking consultant, and then policy etamaso. Yeah, our time is up. Our time is up, Mr. Metamaso. I'm eating it somebody's time, Mr. Mepacho. Thank you very much, Kwame Medasi. Thank you. Yeah, see, I did the Kwabena Owusu Dankwa. Yamiya Aduma, Ochina, and I said, I did Asia.